for confirming that I, of course, forgot to turn off my sound. I'm not sure actually how much you missed. Oh, man, I keep doing that. Anyway, so I've tried to keep the intro as short as possible. It's Games Against Viewer stream, the kind that we had a few months ago. If you want to play, you can send a challenge to the game, to a game of your choice on Board Game Arena, or if you don't have premium. Okay, I'm now getting a bit concerned. Do somebody confirm in the chat that the audio has been fixed, because I am getting audio on my end. Oh yeah, of course I'm also streaming with 1 minute delay, as I do usually, so I won't be able to respond to your messages instantly, but will endeavor to do so promptly. Hi, Zvonimir as well. Anyway, yeah, so you can just send a challenge in Board Game Arena, or if you don't have premium, you can do what? Yeah, you can just leave a message in the chat, and then I'll send a challenge to you. I will be picking up challenges as they come, but I will try to alternate Azul and Carcassonne games, because I know that many of my viewers play both games, but many play only one. And there's a lot of similarity between the two games in terms of game mechanics and strategy, and this could be a chance for those of you who only play one of those games to get some introduction to what the other is like. So we're going to see how that works. Yeah, and then at the end of the stream, do let me know if that would be something you would want to see repeated, or if you'd prefer to keep Azul and Carcassonne content separate. Anyway, as usual, I'll be probably just starting with a game against a random opponent, and I think I want to start with Azul first, just because I haven't played in a while, and you might see that it reflected in my rating. I just accepted a challenge from somebody on Board Game Arena, who is not a viewer, I believe, but simply just to get things started. Now, you might see that my rating has deteriorated a lot, and part of that is because I've been out of shape and haven't really been playing that much in the last couple of months, but a big part of that is also I got into... Oh, this can't be right? So, first of all, before I finish my sentence, the reason why intuitively this move doesn't feel right is because my opponent is giving me the ability to go first in the next round, which is, not that bad. It comes with 2 golds, which fit me perfectly, which is, a little bit bad. But there's also another issue for it. My opponent now needs the whites for row 5, but I need whites for row 4. So I get to go first in the next round and take away as many whites as possible from my opponent. And they even need more whites than me. So if they are going to relinquish the starting player tile, they're better, normally as a rule of thumb, to be opposing me not on the column to the right, but on the column to the left of the column I'm building. But yeah, so I was going to say that, let me just do this without thinking too much. I mean, it looks too good. Isn't that interesting? How interesting is that? That's very interesting. Oh, I see. They want to fill the row 3. Yeah. Okay, we'll get to this game in a second, but I just wanted to say that I also got into 4-player Azul, which is super fun, but definitely not good for somebody's elo. Just because if you lose a game in 4-player, you lose to 4 opponents, and you lose the elo 4 times. All right, let me just correct something. Anyway, what do we do here? So I was thinking of maybe taking the blues and then going on column 4 instead. So like blues over here, whites over here. And the thing is, like, my opponent can't really take whites because I would be completing my row 4. Another reason, I could also stick with my plan and just go for the central column. Even though there are no blacks over here, this means that 19 blacks are still in the bag, and so there's going to be a lot of blacks next round statistically. Also, I'm looking at these 3 yellows and I want to be disrupting row 3. So at some point, I actually want to be taking 1 yellow away from my opponent. I think this is the move. Because now my opponents can't take the whites properly. And I should be either getting 2 whites at the bottom. Ooh, really? Really? You can do that? Yeah, that's why they changed their mind. Because, you know, it's typically not a good idea to give me so much stuff. Okay, how do we make it work now? I guess, is it worth giving them row 3 that easily? But I don't want to give them row 5 either. Okay, so I could take the whites, they take the yellows, I take one more white or one more blue. Actually, let's do, I don't care. Let's just give them row 3. Maybe that's wrong, but I get more stuff. I just get way more stuff. And they have to take row 3. It's not a choice. Then I take away the black from them. They have to take 1 white, I believe. Actually, yeah, that's... No, maybe I could have gotten a bit of a greater advantage out of this, but I do get the starting player tile. I get more stuff. I get 2 extra tiles from them. I get a very interesting run out, so we will be both stuck with row 4. Actually, I'm not sure how much I like it. Oh, let's go here. Because now they can't take the whites. And they... Or they can. No. Really? It does just look a bit too good to be true for me. Because I get to complete this so easily. Maybe I miscalculated something. I don't know. Okay, white, red. And then they should be losing quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, also note that we're not in a rush to complete the top row because everything fits. They could get 1 black, which is not ideal. But if they get 1 black, which they do, then they will lose quite a lot of stuff on the floor. Yeah. So let's just go here first. There's a reason for that. And now, if they take the blacks, then I take the reds. And so they lose more. But I needed to not put the whites here, because then they could have taken away the reds from me. Maybe that would have been better. I'm not sure, but it looks like a position that I like. Also note that there's still lots of blacks, and they can't do much about those blacks, so that's really nice. So I'm not in a rush to take any of these things. I can do all of that later, and I think I'll start by punishing their row 4 again. Or maybe I should finish row 5, actually. Yeah, that also works if I finish row 5. Okay, what could we do? Finishing row 5. Let's see if we have any suggestions. Hi, Napamai. But finishing row 5 is not that urgent anyway. I only need 4 more whites in this position, and most of whites are still available. Okay. Think. If I put this here, let's say this. No, I don't see it. I think I want to disrupt their row 4. Just keep them stuck for as long as possible. Yeah, they will disrupt my row 5, but it's really not a big deal at all. I will continue being efficient. I want to take away the 1 red from their best place. I also want to group the golds for them so that they lose 1 extra. And yeah, they are grouping the 2 blues for me. But this should be alright, right? Yeah, I should be fine here. Or maybe not. Let me think about this. So okay, this one I need to count. If I take the whites, then I lose 3 because I have to take those. If they if I just lose the golds, then they lose 1, and I lose 10, but I deny them row 2. No, it's not worth it. Their row 2 isn't just worth that much in the first place. It's a bit unfortunate that I didn't manage to complete my row 5 simply because I now cannot use row 5 for denying them their row 4. But since we got a fantastic run out, I don't think I ever need to worry about that again. I just need to drop 1 blue at some point in the garbage. And what's a good move here? If I take a white, they will be taking red with tempo, and I kind of don't like that. I could take... Ooh! Is it... Can I just start taking away reds? Not a bad idea, no? Maybe I'm being a little bit greedy. Okay, so they're not going to even bother with that. I think I can do... Okay, what's more important? Let's do this first. Just because I know that they also need reds, right? Then... Then actually I might have to take the golds from here. They take the red. I take this. Or maybe taking from here is better. Wait a second. Or actually maybe that can wait. What if we just do this? Yeah, let's do just that. I'm not sure if I'm playing optimally here. I probably am not. But I can get them to throw something into the garbage, maybe? Ooh, I think I like this idea. I'll explain a little bit later. Because now... I was thinking of getting those 4 golds, but I'd rather just use the 4 golds for them to clog their row 5, and I needed the golds myself just to create the threat. I could be miscounting something here, but I'm playing a bit more by intuition, and I think I should be winning this most of the time. Okay, that was actually a terrible idea from me, because... Obviously, I didn't count the tiles, and they will now take the gold away from me. But I should still be winning this, just because I get to group so many tiles together. And I think I will deny them row 1, because of course I'll be going here. And if they take the whites now, then I will be able to unify all blues together. And even threaten something with those blues. That's actually really interesting. So if I go over here and just drop the reds, he is forced to take the 5 blues. And then I saddle them with a lot of stuff. Yeah, so a bit sloppily played for me. Like, ideally I should be counting those tiles. Still got to get used to playing and talking at the same time. And now, of course, they will be getting their bottom row full. But overall, like, it felt like a position that could have been won in a variety of ways. Mine's probably not the cleanest. So just the floor line will be the main weapon here, and plus 11. Hi, Devaka. Thank you so much for the kind words, and Happy New Year to you too. All right. Let's do a Carcassonne game now. And I see we have a challenge here. Well, not a challenge, but just an open challenge here. Now in Carcassonne, I am a bit better shape now because I was playing in the Carcassonne Champions League qualification cycle, and so is this player, by the way. So East Tung of Hong Kong will be playing in the group stage, in the main stage of the Carcassonne Champions League. Okay, what do we do here? What do we do here? Which starts January 6th, so will I. Well, anyway, those of you who have seen my recent Carcassonne streams will know that already. So here we had a choice of whether to disrupt their city with the road facing to it or with a city facing to it. It's not the easiest decision, but in general, yeah, let's actually try and go like this, disrupt their road, at the same time make it harder for them to complete their city. Well, at least we can threaten some sort of crossroads thing and an attack over here. Most of the time they get to finish their city anyway. Okay, now we should be either disrupting the road or yeah, so I want to start a new city and create some unpleasant vulnerabilities for them. So the next move will be a blocking move. It's not an obvious question whether it's better to go like this or like this. I think going here is a little bit better. Ooh, actually this changes things. Hi Sergio. Okay, great, Milek. Yeah, so you're next. So a Carcassonne it is. I'll send you a challenge. Yeah, so this is interesting, right? So here, I would normally want to go like this. But because my opponent gave me, because it just gives me slightly higher blocking probability. The reason why the probability is slightly higher, my opponent does not get to save easily. Nah, this is better regardless. It's just too good. It's just too good. The reason why I at first wanted to go here is because of this road end. So there's additional value from this road end that my opponent will help me build my road, like due to this tile left over here. That was actually a mistake from them. They shouldn't have done this. It will end up working out for them. Yeah, so this is a defense move that I was considering. Now my road is bent into their city. Yeah, wait, actually I don't think I played this really well, because with a straight line there's some chances that their city gets blocked, but my road gets bent there anyway. So I think I maybe should have gone there afterwards, but it's just the value, the immediate value is so good that I'm restricting this square to only 3 tiles. It was certainly enticing. All right, now I really don't have much. Probably just a new road over here. This one, I really don't like using this curve because it just doesn't do anything for me. The reason why I want to go here is that it cleans off the only free road on this map. So if my opponent were to draw something like a horse tile, then they can't take 3 points. And in fact, if they draw any city plus road tile, something like a Dorito or a barbed wire tile, then they're forced to continue my feature. So this is why I prefer to go over here rather than continue my road. And also, this road is good positionally, it's really safe. Okay, so they get this, a slight advantage. Yeah, another tricky move here actually. So do I just have to do this? I don't like adding, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Because that's also restricts my piece of the road as well. Is doing, no. I need to think of a solution. Maybe going over here. But I don't like to be involved in this sort of city fight. However, if I place some meeple over here, maybe I can induce them to go over here. On the other hand, I don't want to be putting cities on this side of the board because they will be finishing their city and they will be dropping a farmer, and I don't want to pre-increase that farm. Right, so I think going over here is best, but no really truly good options there. All right, so now my opponent has an uncomfortable tile for them. They are forced to start a new city and continue my road at the same time. Yeah, this is a poor move by my opponent because it doesn't do much. It adds a tile to what's going to be a shared city in all likelihood, and it protects and even prolongs what eventually is going to be my road. But they just didn't find a better move. A better move was either adding to this road or to this road and starting a new cities. Like, you really want to be more aggressive with those shielded tiles. Now we get a splitter and we get some fireworks. My opponent with a straight line. No good moves for them. Probably some sort of blocking move. Yeah, this is perfectly fine. Dropping a farmer there. That's okay, actually, because it's 3 points. They're going to get more points when I finish my city. There's loads of green squares, so the farmer's fine. But this now means that I will not be finishing my city here. I'd rather go for a content move and try to run away with a big city myself, attacking it from both sides. It works. Oh, actually, I don't have an estimate of how often this works. I really should study this. Intuitively, it works often enough to be worth doing, or to be a drag. So there's still 7 big tiles remaining, 6 triple city tiles in particular. And even if I get a Dorito and give away an attacking platform against this square, it's not always that my opponent is able to actually capitalize on that attacking platform. Alright, so they start a new monastery with some nice green squares. Then, what do I get? I get a nice tile to get this back. Do I meeple the farm? I don't think I do. This field could be worth fighting for, but I need meeples for other stuff at the moment. So maybe later. Because again, look, they get a tile which is not that good for them. Their best move is probably going over here and equalizing my road. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. I do happen to get a dagger tile, which they need, so that's nice. Oh, hi Edgar, this is great. So he said, here in Chile, you made tournament of Carcassonne, where you play a round of Carcassonne and then a round of Azul. Oh, I mean, we should... Oh, this is awesome. This should be a thing everywhere. Yeah, so they do find their best move of connecting to my road. But I'm kind of happy with that. We have the same number of meeples invested. Now, I could go over here and start a new city. Actually, I think this is the best. Or I could go over here and start a new city like this. That's a toughie. I think this is a bit better. Because even though I really want to be continuing my road and playing aggressively and also building a city on the left, creating a potential counter field to their little field and so on, and like this geometrically is perfect, I really like taking away the shield option first. And then the idea is that whilst they're chasing my city at the top and trying to equalize it, I could run away with a 10-point city over here. So I'm doing it. Could have thought a bit more about the orientation, but it seems to be a bit safer that way. Let's see what they're gonna do. They could connect to my road, which I don't think is that necessary. I hope that they attack the city at that point, then we get, at some point, then we get 2 meeples tied and their field doesn't really go places. Yeah, by the way, if this tile were without a shield, then I would have played the other move, so I think these 2 extra points potentially make all the difference. Yeah, so they try to disrupt my city at the top. It will give me more time to do something with the city at the bottom. I could go here, kind of trying to set up a road going through my city. Honestly, not the worst move. And that also takes away crossroad tiles from them. Man, this is good. But this is just more natural. But I'm going with this. I think it could work really, really well. We'll find out soon enough. Okay, they get a second monastery. That's quite the menace. And I think I just have to try and run away with the city. They will try and block. I will have a 75% chance. I just don't have enough meeples to do anything else, really. So they will try and block it, or maybe not. Maybe they want to get themselves another monastery. So I got them to use a fantastic tile elsewhere, and it's fine. It's a 75% chance. And I will be meepling that road upon completion. Then I get to connect to the city at the top. Now, they get one of the tiles that I need, which is bad for me. You could say that that's, yeah, and they finish their city. That's not great, but I will be getting my road meeple back. Man, I have a lot of meeples on roads. That is not ideal. Now an interesting situation here. Do I go over here and try to pre-complete my city hoping for one of the 4 Doritos? Or do I just wait? Intuitively, waiting seems better, although if I go over here, I'm just 1 tile away from doing everything I want. And then I can also get a triple city over here, and I'm gonna have this last meeple here as insurance. Not insurance really, but kind of as additional support so that they don't take away the city from me. Anyway, it seems that like this should be the game defining feature. Like if I get to win that city, it's like 20 points. And their monasteries are threatening, but not 20 points threatening. And my roads will also be converted eventually. Because also the other question is what else do I do? I'm a bit of in a zugzwang actually. I think I'm gonna go for this, which I'm not sure if that's the best move or not. Yeah, they try to set up some sort of attack, and then ideally I should be able to get myself some sort of a defense, but I don't. So the best I can do is just prolong my road, and nothing happens just yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 2 curves remaining. That's actually pretty interesting. That could be a motif to achieve something. Yeah, they go over here, they try and block, then of course I need to go over here and defend. I don't really see anything else in particular, and look at that! The last dagger will be drawn by me. Not sure if that's the best move even, but it's really difficult to say no to a city like this. Yeah, here's the thing, I could also use this tile to finish my city here and defend this meeple. No, like, just take the points, take the points. It is something like, that looks like it's worth doing. Yeah, then they go over here. Now I need to do this, even though it's not ideal, because they still have a lot of tiles with which they can block, you know, all kinds of city caps. But I do eliminate horse tiles and some other tiles with which they could block. Now actually they're in a pickle, because they could want to go here simply to prevent the disaster scenario of me drawing the Dorito, and I really don't know what's best for them. They have a good farmer. They have a monastery going on for them. That's why they go for it. So at least I won't be losing a meeple, and that's actually fantastic for me. So, do I just go here, and if I do I drop a farmer? So I should be finishing one of my roads. This is the more logical road to finish. And then a curve could be drawn here with a farmer. Yeah, because if he gets something here, I don't know. Is it really early enough? Is it really the time to be dropping a farmer yet? There are only 2 curves remaining in the first place. I think that I don't know. I still don't know. Because if they get a curve, then they get a stronghold on the farm. I don't like that either. Because they have the monastery. You know, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's be a bit annoying towards them. One of the reasons also, because they will be connecting over here eventually, and then this city could be finished, and so this farm can grow. Yeah, it's a bit, like, it's awfully thin. But I am 30 points ahead. Well, 18 points ahead on the scoreboard. Yeah, look at these. These roads are working really nicely, actually. And I'm not too afraid of a crossroads here, because a crossroads is needed by either side for this spot. Now I get a monastery. Yummy, yummy. I could go over here, but why would I help my opponent? I could go over here to try and equalize something. No. I'm just gonna... I think I'm gonna go here, even though it's... But the issue is, although, is that it's blockable in one move. Maybe I shouldn't be that crazy. Maybe I shouldn't, but I will. There's some reasons for that too. Very often, if I get blocked there, like with a regular city cap, this actually expands my field, and I'm happy with just 8 points being over here. There are 28 tiles remaining. I just need to finish this road, finish the city. I'll have enough meeples. One concern that I have is that there's still a lot of city caps in the deck, so my opponent could really develop their field, but I have a really nice scoreboard lead. And also they don't even get a blocking tile anyway. Yeah, so they do this, but it doesn't hurt me. Well, I guess it kind of does. So there are two crossroads that fit into that square. Also, it's enticing to place a curve like this, but I won't. I could just continue my road, but I think I'd rather continue it like this to add a green square to my field. Yeah, let's do that. And then also, if and when we draw the crossroads here, then we would be finishing both the road and the monastery, and then we can even drop a farm right here and try to invade like this. So that would be a tempo move. The disadvantage is that this 5-point road's up for grabs, but it is what it is. Also, now it's actually kind of tricky for my opponent to develop their monastery, because the last curve has been drawn. So, for example, with a straight line, this square is blocked with 50-50. I cannot understand that move. Okay, I do understand. It's like it looks like it's blocking my field, which it is, but it leaves a city cap and it gives me a 3-point road. Yeah, just scoring 2 points at the top was best. For example, going over here and even threatening to draw a extender tile and overrunning the city, that was always an option as well. Because now I just seem to have too much stuff on the scoreboard. It's difficult for me to expand my field, but I don't really have to. So all I just have to do is maybe draw a crossroads here and score these extra 3 points. Yeah, so now my opponent is doing this dangerous thing, and... Hi, Agatha. Wait. I've just accidentally hit my mic. Sometimes it results in noise, which I'm not able to detect. But in case that happened, if you could just let me know if everything's okay with the sound. I'm so paranoid about this. Oh, also the video stopped. Well, it is what it is. It has been happening once in a while. So... I guess I should just eliminate the biggest threat and do something like this. This is bad, because the city can still be invaded. This is now much harder. Now it's much harder for it to be invaded. This is an option, but I don't like leaving an evil hamster spot. Even though my opponent needs the same hamster here, the same monastery here, they can still theoretically put a city cap. And I'm ahead, so why don't we just do this? And then if we get a vanilla city cap, we simply try to finish our the shared city, get some meeples back for both sides, and be done with it. Yeah, so they're making this move, which looks disruptive, but actually it helps me. Because now I have an easy opportunity to get a city plus road tile here, and a regular crossroads here. What they should have done, they should have actually tried and blocked the square in such a way that I would need a city plus a road plus field tile because I need it in 2 places. So it looks disruptive, but it actually helps me. And I could even do something like this, setting up a new city, but I'd rather go here and start a new city like this and get some meeples back for both sides, get some more field points. Well, not sure actually if that is the ultimate best, but these are immediate points for me. Yeah, so my opponent will now block my city, but I will be able to expand it or maybe even bail out with something else. I could get myself a ruin, or I could get myself the last splitter and try to even run away with a completed city. 20 points in the scoreboard. It's not that much. Like, they still can win the game with the last monastery, with some beautiful city caps. There's still a horizontal splitter and a 90-degree splitter available in the deck. Okay, so they drop a farmer. That's a really nice farmer. Yeah, that's the problem of giving meeples to your opponent, but I got the points anyway. And now we're equal on meeples. And what can I do? Meepling this new row is not good enough. I think I just want to take 1 point. I shouldn't continue my road on the left. Ay. So they get a splitter, which is bad for me. Ouch. Ouchie. So, okay, I'm not gonna see this meeple back, but I will get these 3 extra points. And now I'm thinking if I should try invading that field at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 straight lines remaining. Yeah, that is kind of a lot. The other option is just going over here and taking a new city, even. Huh. What else are we having? We're having 1 starting tile, 1, 3, 4, 2 daggers, no, 1 dagger, 1 dagger, 2 vanillas, no splitters of any kind, 2 city crossroads, but I need them elsewhere. Yeah, it's tricky. Okay, so I'm definitely going here. Yeah, let's try this. Seems like a decent move. It is a 0-point farmer, and it could get blocked. Yeah, so they're trying to block now. But is that a big deal? Not actually, because there's still a dagger, there's still a road monastery. I can't defend, I'll just go over here. Get some points for myself. They will now try to block me, as they should. But there still will be 1 tile remaining that fits there. And if that happens, I get a nice city for myself. One, two, three, four, five, six. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 Doritos remaining. Thank you, Agatha. We will need good luck in CCL. Yeah, so they meeple a ruin, but that's actually fine by me. I should be counting points, but I really don't want to. So I think what I'm gonna do, is this crazy? Is this? I don't think this is completely crazy. But it's setting up a city that would also give me a road meeple back, unless they draw a dagger before I do. Nah, I think it's a decent move. Oh, now it's not even obvious to me if I should, so, what's better? Connecting to the field or finishing a 6-point city? And I think finishing a 6-point city is best, because if I go over here, there's still 2 Doritos plus a city cap available for them to finish their city, and I don't want to have such trouble. So this move will be worth, yeah. Also, another way to think about this. If I connect here, this move will be worth 8 points, because I connect to the field, and but I give them 1 city point. But if I go over here, this move is worth 7 points, 1 road point and 1 city point. But because this move comes with additional threat that I'll have to deal with, and the threat is them completing a new city, that threat will make me spend way more than 1 point worth of tiles to disrupt it. So this move is actually best. Even though my farmer is blocked, I still got a lot out of it, and I think I still should be fine in this game. They do get the 5-point road, and I have only 1 crossroads remaining to do something serious. So, what could we do? Maybe a city move is in order. Something like this could be nice, not allowing any easy invasions. Not that my city is particularly valuable that would warrant those invasions. A road monastery is a big tile that would give him some points here very easily. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 straight line remaining. So maybe if I get a crossroads, I actually meeple the farm instead, trying to get the farmer here. But I need to make a move, and it's this or this. But can they finish a city easily? Yeah, they can, but they... Well, no, let's go here. Just adding a point. Nothing wrong with adding a point. Well, certainly helps that I get a fantastic tile. They get a good tile too. They get to drop it in their farm, and they get to do it in such a way that I can't do anything about this if they just lay it down next to their monasteries. Setting up the last vanilla city cap. But the monastery, of course, will be just a boatload of points for me. Well, 5. 5 is not quite a boatload, but enough to be joyful about the occasion. So we should be counting points. I'm 17 ahead on the scoreboard. Monastery, wait, 1 on this road, 4 on roads in total. That's 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 points on the city. 24. 8 versus 11. So 21. Fields. 18 versus 6. So I'm 9 points ahead. I'll get 5 more. Yeah, this... Well, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed, but it's very, very close to being a 100% win. Yeah, so because they get 2 points and they're going to get themselves a chance to go there. I, of course, will finish this 2-point road simply because I really... Wait, so 14, 9, 7, 12. 12 points is my lead. Maybe they can connect to my 9-point field. That would be... Oh. But why would they do that? They eliminate the field connection platform from themselves. On the other hand, they're also pre-building a road which only they can benefit from. That's actually really smart. I'm thinking if I should go there and threaten a city. Even if I don't get to complete it, it will be really annoying for them to deal with. Because wait, we have 3 city caps and a crossroads. These are the remaining tiles. So if I just go there, yeah, it's just incredibly difficult to deal with. The purpose of going there was mainly to not allow them to use a city cap productively, but I'm not sure. Maybe I should regret that move, actually. Yeah, because they get this stuff anyway. I mean, I will be finishing my city, and even though it's just only 1 point, Oh, I will be getting either... Wait. Yeah, I will be getting a 6-point field at the end no matter what, so that's kind of nice. They can get their 7 points meeple here. And I'll be getting the 6-point field in the center. And if they were to get the crossroads, I would get the city cap tile to go over here. Yeah, so 7 points for them. Very nice combo, actually. This move was quite underrated by me. And I, of course, will go here for a 6-point field. There's nothing better available. What should be the... It's under 10 points, but it's a win. Alright, so... Maybe I should get better at counting points quicker, but I'm kind of happy with the tile counting here. Because you notice that, that's also an interesting thing, it's tile track and not tile counting. Notice how with the first four tiles remaining, it was possible to tell exactly what they are without having to do a recount, just because we're thinking about these opportunities in advance. So already half the game I was talking how this road could be potentially finished by one of these tiles, and both of those were still in the deck. We were thinking how they could develop their field, so the one remaining vanilla was on the radar, and of course the crossroads was so significant for a variety of places that was very, very easy to keep track. So normally if you just like are aware of the opportunities which can be done, which can be utilized with any of the types of tiles that they are. Okay, so perfect. We already have an invitation from Edgar Townsend, but first of all, we're going to do a game. Wait, but that's Azul. Yeah, so let's alternate. Okay, first of all, we're going to do an Azul game because we just did Carcassonne. Then after that, we're doing Carcassonne with Milek. And yeah, keep those challenges coming. Okay, so we're ready to start. Alrighty, I get to go first. And it looks like a good run out with a group of 3 reds, which I probably will be taking. Taking where? Is this one of those weird cases where actually starting with the outer column is justified? Because it seems that, you know, you have these reds and the 2 golds and the blues, but no, I don't think this is actually the case. Really, the boring move is the best, just going over here, because we're also threatening to take those 2 reds and finishing our row 5. We have lovely 2 blacks over here. We have 2 blues for over here. If the 2 blues are taken, suddenly the 3 yellows are grouped to just get 1 point for row 3. So this is something that seems to be worth doing. Interesting how in multiplayer games the outer columns become much more useful than they are in 2-player games, just because there's a lot of value in being able to finish your row 3 with 1 move. It matters a bit way less in... Wow, isn't that interesting? So my opponent is opposing me on row 5. It is interesting with the amount of gold remaining. I don't think it's necessarily wrong, but I don't think it should be working really in the long term. So let's say I have 2 options. If I take this for my row 1, my opponent takes blacks. Then I can take something like, let's say if I take the blues, my opponent maybe takes gold. Then I take 1 white, my opponent takes this. That's not bad. I also get with 2 blacks, but if I take the 2 blacks myself, and give my opponent the starting tile to do this, I take this. I threaten this, so they have to go here. Then I take this. I threaten those, so they have to go here. I take 2 whites. They take 1 red, I discard 1 blue. Something like this is possible. But then the difference is I just don't get the starting player tile. So this should be slightly better. Hi, Sunny. Okay, so this is one of those cases where attempted calculation, but typically what you want to do in the first round is just do the calculation of the initial 2 moves. You want to see the total amounts of the tiles of each color available. Yeah, so that's actually really nice. Well, they've taken the blues. That's really interesting. I should have thought about that. Should have really thought about that option, but I think I can still proceed with my plan. Because I will be at some point, if they just take the golds from me, then I will be able to threaten a lot of good stuff. Oh, like this, huh? Okay, okay. Okay, now that's interesting. I guess I have to do this. They're forced to take the reds. I'm forced to take the whites. They're forced to take the black. I'm forced to take the blue. I'm not sure if that's a better outcome than the other option. Yeah, blue is definitely better than the gold here. No, it's alright. I mean, I'm not really losing in tiles, and my setup is very flexible, especially since I have these 2 holes for blues, and they need the blues so much. This won't quite be working. But now I can really put a pressure on their row 4 and their row 5 as well. So what do you want to do? I think I want to leave row 3 alone because in some scenarios I want to fill it with I want to fill it with these 3 blacks, but in some cases it's 3 whites over here. So I want to complete my row 4 and then just patiently wait. A row 5 is not such a huge concern. I think I'm going to start here. Then let's say if they do get... Yeah, so my setup will be blue here, so that they can't finish their row 5 yet. Then it's going to be... Yeah, that's fine. It looks like they're taking away this stuff from me, but they can't do it too easily, actually. Because these reds, they will be eventually grouped. Even if they get 1 more red for the top row, which of course I'll be trying to prevent, but unsuccessfully, then... Okay, so now we need... What do we need? Okay, I could just threaten the whites straight up. They're forced to take the whites. And then... Can I saddle them with something? No, I don't think so. Or maybe. No, I can't. So I think I actually have to do something like this. And then... put the pressure on them. Yeah, gold is fine. Now, wait, what do we do next? Maybe just this, actually. And if they take... Wait. How... What if I just take two whites? No, that shouldn't be such a big of a deal, actually. Because me taking 3 blacks is just fine. If I take 2 whites, what happens? They take 2 blues. I take 1 whites. They take this. No. Let's do this. And if they take 1 red, then I will be leaving them with 4 tile groups, not 3. No, that's actually pretty bad. No, it's fine. Yeah, if they take 1 red, I take something like 1 white. And then I'll just do something nasty on the floor, I think. Wait, or should I even do that? I can take 3 blacks myself and then build up for the whites. Yeah, I think this is best. Then it goes... Okay, then of course I'm not gonna give him the blues that easily. Yeah, I think it's a round that overall favors me over them. I'll try to be a bit more detailed in my commentary. Agatha is asking how many more people on the waiting list. So it's Milek next, and beyond that I didn't see any challenges. Okay, this is a decent... Actually, no, this is really not the best run out, but I have a bit of everything that I need. I have 3 whites for a here that could be added. I have potentially 2 blues, although my opponents will be trying to take away from me. They have their gold, which is not ideal, and I have 1 red here. So I think I should start by trying to get a red maybe before the reds are unified. I'm not too concerned about the whites because my opponent can't really take away too many of them. And I think I should do this first, yeah. I think this is good. Okay, this does not seem right because this is just way too good for me. The 2 blues. And my opponent can hardly do much about this. Maybe the best move for them is just dumping 1 red. Because this would make the top row a bit difficult for me. Yeah, so you think that they might want also take the blacks here at some point, and this would leave 1 black to me. Okay, this is actually... Oh, this is very interesting. So now if I take 1 red, I give him the 3 blacks. But it's only 2 points. Not that I really care about those 3 blacks. I'm getting way more stuff like this. Okay. Then, what do we do then? I think it's just this. Because if they... Yeah, it's just this. If they take away whites from me, it's fine. Because I take away blues from them and they're forced to discard. And... I'm incentivized to take away blues from them next round too. I only need 1 of those. We both are building our columns a bit suboptimally, but for them the sequence is a bit suboptimal than for me. So for example, ideally they want to be placing blacks here before they place the whites over here. Because, so now this gives, if we just look at this vertical, this white gives them 1 point, and then these blacks will give them 4 points. So we just look at the vertical, right? But if they and that's a total of 5 points. But if they place blacks here first, then what happens then? Yeah, if they place blacks here first, then they get 3 points, and then they get 4 points here with the white, so that's 7. Of course, I also building up a bit suboptimally just because my middle was so delayed, but not by much. All right. What our priorities are? I guess we want to just finish. Well, it's a great run out for them because they have a threat here and a threat here. And I can't do too much about it. I think this is the move, as crazy as it may seem. Because it actually puts a lot of pressure on them. I need these blacks here anyway. I didn't count the number of whites remaining. I think there should be one. But I should be counting more. I know. Sure, Agatha, you can be next after Milo, and there will be the first ever Grey Wall match. Yes, and so that's why they're forced to give us this beauty. It's a tile which we really needed, so that's really nice. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I guess this is fine. They take the gold, maybe I take a blue or something. They take a blue, wow. Okay. I want to unclog my row. They won't really be gaining much with this. We will be both losing a couple of points. And they ended up gaining quite a bit in this round. But I have already my column completed, and they need blues in so many places. Now, can I get away with maybe not putting 2 tiles in my floor line? I don't think so. There are not enough blacks to threaten complete color. There are barely enough blacks for me to finish my own stuff. As for golds, well, actually golds are doable. But what else could I be needing the bottom row for? No, I don't think it's worth it. We're just going to discard 2 tiles. Wait, golds. Wait, is there any world how I can threaten a second column? So are there 4 reds remaining or not? I think there should be. So that's 3, 8, plus 6, 16. Did we discard many reds? No, we didn't actually. It was 17. No, 15. It could be exactly 4 reds remaining, and my opponent doesn't need reds in any place. As for golds, there should be plenty. You know what? Let's do this. Let's try this. Let's do this. I will not be completing another column necessarily, but my opponent might be forced to spend some tiles for their floor line, just trying to prevent me from building there. Alright, so we get our column. They don't get theirs just yet. Okay, so miscounted the reds by 1, but it ain't no big deal because we should be winning this. There's enough stuff to complete everything that we want. They will also be forced to drop 1 tile in the floor line. I didn't think this through necessarily. I can even actually put something on row 3, but I really wanted to just get it over with and not allow them to prevent me from finishing row 1. Yeah, of course, they go over there. Now we're going to try and do something like this, probably. Yeah. And now they do this. And it will allow us to do what? Oh, of course! I can get my row 3 very nicely. They have to finish their column. And then I have to go over here. They will be discarding a bit more too. So that's nice. Then, of course, I'm going here, and then only at the very end I'll be placing the gold. This is the optimal sequence. Yeah, and as you can see, there was just, even though there were a lot of blues, they needed them in 2 places, and there were just too many things that needed to be accomplished. So, they even ended up without this, which was the main thing that cost them the game. Edgar saying the first move in round 4 was too good. Oh yeah, I was happy with that. I was really happy with that, actually. With the... I think that was the main thing that decided the game. Yep, thank you for the game too. But yeah, the thing with the round 4, even though it sacrificed a point, so I took 2 blacks over here instead of 1, this put Edgar in some pressure because there was only one group of 2 blacks remaining, and I could have used it for my row over here, and that would deny him row 2 in the penultimate round, so he was forced to take it. But this gave me 2 reds with which I could gain maximum point efficiency, my second row, and also the starting player tile for the last round, which gave me the 2 blacks as well. And overall, actually, I felt that Edgar played well. Maybe the decision at the start to oppose me on row 5 was a bit iffy, just because it's something that's very difficult to pull off, especially if you don't take the first player tile. And they did end up waiting for their blues quite a little bit. And it's not it wasn't for lack of blues necessarily. It's just, look at some of these blues are just here. So just because I was the first player for for multiple consecutive rounds, it enabled me to take the critical tile group first. Hi, P-chan. All right, so now it's Carcassonne again. And, all right, let's actually do this first. So now, let me just double check your screen name. Milek Milo 300 IQ. All right, see. Then should probably be a bit of a minute. And then Agatha, you're next with Azul. Oh, Agatha, if you could remind me your screen name too, that would be nice. Alrighty, so Milek joined. Good luck. Carcassonne time. So, they're playing with the red meeples, starting a road. I get a city cap. A little bit of an advantage. Oh, so that's an interesting situation. So let's see what red does. Oh, it's so close. So I really like the aggression here, but tactically it almost works out. So instead of continuing a road, you chose to start a new one, and that's great, but it's way better to turn this tile like this, because now you're building one road to finish with a road end, and another road you can finish as a loop. So the same idea, but with the road pointing upwards is the best move in this position. Also, like one downside of this move is that you're now having 2 of the same kinds of roads that you need to finish with road ends, as opposed to loops. Then also you give a road end to me that can allow some scoring opportunities. So now I'm gonna go over here, start a new city in the safest possible place, and now start putting pressure against the square. And so then really now you can't really take those 3 points because you'll be obstructing yourself. You could go here, which that's not the worst idea, but then you'll be leaving a 4-point road. So probably you can go here. Yeah, it's just not the easiest position to be in, and I'm not sure what the correct move with the crossroads is. So the best move is to just not be in that position in the first place. So this, I respect certainly the aggression. It's definitely risky because this could be blocked, but with 6 crossroads still remaining, and since you're also obstructing my city, that's kind of doable. Yeah, so that could work. Let's see. I just get more cities. So red gets now a tricky tile. Really difficult start here for Milo. I mean, the tiles are fine. It's just difficult to find the best move. What is the best move here? Because you don't want to be going here. I think it's just too vulnerable. Yeah, like with a straight line or something, I could hurt both of red's meeples. Maybe here is just a little bit better. Actually, maybe that's not, no, maybe that's decent, because even if I go over here, then you can eat up my meeple or something. So, what should I do? I'm not going to finish my city simply because I want to go over here, start a new one, and try and put a tile here that blocks the red meeple entirely. Like, the upside is just way too high. Also, I keep 2 cities open, which I can develop with extender tiles or one of the 2 remaining splitters. And I leave a 3-point road empty, which benefits me a bit more than it benefits red, because red needs crossroad tiles over here rather desperately, whereas I can use crossroad tiles over here. So what are some good moves for red here? Variety of options. So going here is fine, just continuing the road. Going here, continuing the other road is also fine because it protects the city a little bit. It restricts this square from which I can put some pressure. The downside is that it makes its road vulnerable, but this road is about to get blocked anyway, so maybe, yeah, that is totally fine. I get a monastery tile, fantastic spot, so of course I'm going to go over here for 5 points, control 2 of my opponent's features. And now we have an interesting tile. I believe there's only, well, there are 2 decent moves in this position. There's one which I prefer, it's going over here. Early on, it's absolutely worth to be saving this road. And maybe it's okay to leave it without a meeple, for now at the very least. Another move is going here, saving it indirectly, but I wouldn't bother about the indirect defense too much. A third move is going over here, trying to do something about my city. Yeah, so there are 3 moves which have merit. So you could also go over here, but this I think is better, just because saving the meeple this early in the game is pretty important. And honestly, meepling, it's not such a bad idea, actually. I could go over here and obstruct it with a curve like this. I could also go over here and obstruct that. Obstruct this road a little bit, create a blocking square here, but it's not guaranteed that this blocking square even benefits me, because in some situation, if red gets like a big tile, my meeple could be tied up in the mix as well. So it's between either blocking here or scoring for this loop. But scoring for this loop, as nice as it is, could be the best move actually. It makes my meeple a bit more vulnerable. I don't like it. And if I go here, it makes the other meeple a bit more vulnerable. This is pretty nice, but then I haven't gotten away from this situation yet. You know what? I just want to score. I just want to score. That's it. Like, as simple as that. This, of course, allows my opponent to achieve some goals. Maybe going over here and consolidating looks kind of threatening. But also going over here and trying to eat up my meeple is not such a bad idea. Yeah, so the reason I want to do this with a curve, because it also creates a kind of nice field, which I can meeple afterwards if I get a curve. And because I'll be having a temporary meeple advantage due to the fact that it should take red some time to draw this tile. Red now actually playing really well, so creating a threat. I can't go here now, I think I need to finish my city here. Farmer or no farmer? Yeah, farmer, sure. Why not? It's going to be a farm that matters. A fantastic tile for red. Probably going to start a new monastery here, pre-finishing that road. Just couldn't think of a better tile. Going here and engaging into a field fight would be bad. even though that's understandable, like even at a relatively high level, people do that sort of thing. But the integrity of this road has not yet been fully secured, because I can get a cow tile and really put a thorn over here. We're kind of running out of daggers. There's only one right-handed dagger remaining, so a block here could be annoying. Yeah, so going over here for 5 points seems decent. What else could happen? Going over here for 4 is okay, but this would be exposing the square a little bit, and yeah, there are other moves. There's several moves which are just okay, but just because this is the most urgent and red doesn't choose the best one, this is what ends up happening. I get a tile, which actually is not the best. Ideally, I'd want to get a curve first to expand my field more. I could also go here to invade the road, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. But nah. I'm going to go here and make a move which gives me the most points. I didn't think too much about this orientation. Maybe I should have thought more, but the idea that I had was just to keep this field as open as possible. Alright, so my opponent's really trying to build, and I think they might get away with that city, and I will have to live with it. I will be building my own city, which they can't attack without creating a platform against me too. Against themselves. Red with a variety of options here. It could add themselves a monastery point. Could start... No, starting a new road is pretty bad. Yeah, a monastery point seems fine. Now I don't have many options. I could go here and try to block this square. Is this bad? No, it isn't. It's also a monastery point. It forces my opponent into some decisions. It takes away some tiles from them, such as the cow. I could also go here and start playing against the monastery and also obstructing this square a little bit, with the idea that I could block this and this square and have one blocked meeple against 2. How often does this work? I'm not sure. I think I'd probably prefer the move that gives me the immediate points. And my opponent gets a lovely, lovely tile. Let's see. Oh, wait. I know. They have an obvious use for it. You kind of need to... You need to do what this tile is supposed to do, right? But of course, ideally they would want to go over here and save that square and pre-build the road, but first things first. Okay, and then I have a very obvious decision. It's not the best tile at all. I have to either hurt myself or hurt myself. This just hurts me too bad. I'm not finishing that city anytime soon, so I'm just going to do this first. Even though I'm expanding their city, I'm giving myself more platforms to potentially invade it, and this invasion should work. Unless they do something to prevent that, but if they do, they're not finishing that city anytime soon. So at least that's working out. And then my plan is to draw a curve and another curve, and then indeed block their road and their city piece against just my monastery. And I'm still 9 points ahead on the scoreboard. Alrighty. Yeah, so indeed the big city is being continued. And now we can start playing against that city. So I have a bit more time to disrupt it. I could go over here, creating 2 attacking platforms, and why should I not do that? I could go over here, making it just much harder to complete, without thinking too hard about attacking it. If I go here, though, my opponent could get something like a Dorito, and place something over here, and create a big ruin. But maybe I'm okay with that. So what's best? Okay, first of all, let's count tiles. Now it's, but not in the usual sense. Okay, so now 3 tiles are needed to complete this city. If we do this, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the minimum, most likely 5. If we do this, it's also 4, most likely 5. So it's pretty much the same. This is better for blocking, because my opponent is likely to place a tile here, then we block here or invade. This is better for an invasion, but also, you know what? If my opponent gets something here, and they can cover up the invasion square and also obstruct my city. Okay, I'm gonna go with this first. No, wait. But then the problem with this move is that there are no follow-ups. There are no platforms around the city whatsoever, and there are some ways how you can build up safely. If you get... But no, the only way is if you get something like this. But also a splitter works. You know what? Okay. The other one's slightly better. It's placed pretty poorly against the monastery though, but 2 of them have been used up, so that's okay, I guess. Oh, I missed this. Yeah, I missed this tactic actually. So my opponents could go here. I've missed this tactic in my match against Rabbit Rain as well. Okay, so they choose to defend their city, which is okay. It's a completely good move, yeah? Actually, really good move. But there was another tactic available. If they add this tile over here, they're sort of bringing their city closer to the completion. If I attack, they can still re-attack because there are multiple platforms, and they're threatening to get a Dorito and block my city towards this square. So that was an option as well. But now I just get to finish my city at the price of setting up a monastery, but it is what it is. And then later I will be attacking. All right. Extender tile. What do? They could continue their city over here. This is a bit dangerous because I could invade, but then it's so many extra points and there's just so little to do with this tile. Given that red is now behind, red could maybe go over here and set up a monastery coin flip. What else could they do? Are they behind enough to do that? Maybe, maybe not. They could try go over here as well, make it harder to invade into that city, and then maybe they could try to run away with that city in the future if they get one of the 2 horizontal splitters. A new city is also a possibility, but I probably would prefer one of these 3 moves. And maybe, yeah, maybe the monastery platform is just a bit too extravagant, because they, in this position, monasteries benefit red slightly more anyway, because they can just stack on top like this, and I have no room for stacking myself. They do this, but it's actually really risky. So it's a double-edged move. Like if it works out with a quick starting tile or something like this, it could work wonders with the city points and the extra 3 points and a farmer as well. I just don't think that we're desperate that yet, but it's a decent move. And now, of course, I'll be trying to block multiple meeples at the same time. I should have considered even meepling that road. Yeah, actually, that would have been interesting. Yeah, why did I not do that? No, it's fine. So the idea is like we're trying to attack this square, and we're trying to block here later. Then we're trying to attack this square as well. We'll be placing tiles here. So often enough, we're managing to impede at least one of the meeples. But overall, red's position is fine. Red has some threats. There's this square still for either side. My farmer is not yet being developed, although it will be developed once a couple of cities are added to my field. Also, I guess I should be saying wait, 5-11. No, not yet, actually. I think we're still all in 2024, even those of us who are watching in East Asia, unless I have Australian viewers. Sometimes I do, I just not sure if that's the case today. So if you're watching this and you're already in 2025, do make yourselves known in the chat. Oh yeah, what does red do with the curve? That's an interesting question. They could just defend. The problem with defense is that it takes away starting tiles from them. And there's still 3 starting tiles available, and we're running short on daggers. But because there's still so many other tiles like Doritos with the road or the 2 barbed wire tiles, I think going here is worth it. And I don't have a productive move particularly. I could go here, of course. I could go here as well. But I think this is best. Wait, or maybe just going here and meepling a farm is an option. Wait. Oh, that's a mistake. I just forgot to place a farmer. I didn't notice that this was connecting. Yeah, it's a very good farm. This could come back to bite me, but I have to continue my blocks. And I will be restricting my opponent towards a 50-50. So there's that. And if not blocking completely, at the very least, I will significantly delay them. But yeah, my position would have been way strong with a farmer over here. I just forgot about that. Okay, so they do this, and they could even farm. Then, of course, I will immediately go over here and farm in response. And there's only 1 dagger tile available in this square. Yeah, I think farming was fine. And now I will farm, just in case red draws this tile here immediately. Yeah, so red gets their quick points. What should I do? Should I just go here and connect? Should I go, or should I go here and meeple a road? I have an army of meeples. Should I support my farmer with the second one? I don't think so. Or should I just do this and pre-build? You know what? Actually, I like meepling this road. It seems like it could really develop. And if my opponent successfully finishes this square, straight line curve, that should all work. I'm kind of running out of meeples slowly, and I should eventually complete this field connection with something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still multiple curves available. Now I'll have an interesting choice after this move, whether I am to block my opponent's city or to invade it. Milo has so interesting options. He could go here. They could go here. With their tile, of course. Like with the city cap facing downwards, eliminating the monastery spot. But they're still a bit behind. And the fate of the game depends really a lot on whether they're going to get this tile or not. Okay, so they now renew the threat of their city being completed, in which case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should probably attack it at some point, maybe even now. Or maybe not now. Yeah, let's build a city of my own, which is also on my field. And also I'll be trying to be nasty against this square, so that at some point I get to place a tile here, but their meeple is being denied. If I'm not careful enough, they're getting away with a big city, but it's still such a long time before they get to complete it that I think I should be safe. What could they do? They could go here. That's a legit move. I'm preparing a monastery spot here. That will be also nice to expand my field. Splitter goes here if in case I draw it. They start a new city, which also makes sense. I will continue with my plan. Blocking the square, expanding my field, and all this other good stuff. So they get a Dorito tile. What could we do with it? Yeah, expanding their city, setting up another monastery, and their city could get dangerous real quick. So that's why I'm gonna go here, indirectly prolonging my road, also saving up my field connection, and just in case set up a little bit of something of a blocking platform over here. Milo with the monastery, not really a good use for this tile, but I still don't mind that they blocked this square, or at least restricted it to an evil hamster, because they really can't take advantage of this monastery, because if they go over here, I go with a straight line, and then it's a Sophie's Choice block, because they would need the same type of dagger here or here. Now I don't think there's just a strong move in the first place. Maybe here, going here and just trying to put some pressure against this square, even though there's at least one tile that fits there, regardless of what they do. I think it should be a move that gives him some value. Okay. Now, yeah, really nice. I could defend, but I don't want to. I could start a new city somewhere. I could invade, but I think I'm just better off doing something like this. Expanding my field, finally connecting, dropping a city cap into my field. Yeah, that's probably the most efficient way to do things. A great style for them and a great move too. So of course it's better to choose this square instead of this, because this is dangerous, it's vulnerable. I feel like I can still leave that city alone for a second or so. So I'll be trying to complete my own city over there. And both my farmers actually starting to look really good. They get another monastery, which is not the easiest thing to deal with. Don't see an obvious move here. Maybe going over here, starting to disrupt the city cap is an idea. Maybe going over here to protect this square a little bit. Or, I mean, restrict this square, which would in turn protect this square. I have the penultimate starting tile in hand. Yeah, actually, after Red gets his meeple back, they're gonna be only 6 points down on the scoreboard. If they get this completed, it's like 17 extra. I still should be mildly ahead. This move also makes sense. Kind of slightly restricting this square. So making it a bit harder for me to create a blocking platform. On the other hand, it's double-edged if I get something like, but there are no cow tiles remaining. But if they were, I could get a cow tile and threaten a block like this in 2 spots, because there's only one starting tile remaining, and which is why I could start blocking something. I could even go here and invade. You know, like all 3 of the horse tiles are still available. It's not a bad move at all. I'm super tempted to do this actually, but I think I just want to stay out of harm's way and simply connect to the field. I know it's kind of inefficient. I know it's kind of inefficient, but I'm just gonna do it and that's it. Milo gets to complete his thing. I think it should be an easy move, completing this city. I don't really see anything else. Of course, no, 30 seconds need to be spent on bemoaning the fact that this is the wrong kind of dagger. Of course, the right-handed dagger is what we need over here. Oh, of course, I forgot about this square. No, this is clearly better. Now that a Dorito tile fits there to complete this city. Yes, of course, of course. And you know what? Now I think... So I could either block, because it's the last starting tile, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 points Okay, well, what if I connect? Then it's possible to re-invade, actually. So is it a block or is it something else? It's a strategic decision. If I just leave my opponent's city alone, I think it's fine, but it's just... I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I don't care. I want to do it so much. Okay, my opponent gets his monastery meeple back. And just because there's still 3 tiles available, and there's so many tiles which I can take advantage of. Okay, city completed. Yeah, that's actually some great Carcassonne for my opponent. That's really nice. What can I do now? I could block the city cap. That would make sense. I could block access to one of the fields. That would also make sense. But that wouldn't be a full block, really. Yeah, so I think just this is fine. Not allowing easy points. Ta-da! That worked. They could still finish their city or clean off my city cap, but it's better if they clean off my city cap instead of taking one of their own. The city on the left is getting to more significant proportions. I have a road which goes through the city. Actually, it's getting pretty close. Yeah, this invasion move does make some sense, because it sets up some really good opportunities. Even though my opponent could reinvade. So probably they're thinking between either cleaning off the city cap in my field or finishing their own city. Both moves are fine. From their perspective, I probably slightly prefer finishing the city. Just because with not so many city caps remaining, there's not a big advantage in keeping the field open, but this is perfectly fine as well. And now, but now what this does, I think I can be a bit more calm about my field, the 9-point field in the center, because now I don't need to worry about it being invaded that much. So if my opponent drops a tile here, then I'll be able to put something here and shrink this square. And if to connect through the outside of the curve. Actually, if I'm unlucky enough, if I draw something like this, then they could even get another curve, drop a farmer, and get 2 in. Yeah, but if they do it, they do it. So now the point is just leave the square open. So doing something like this, I don't think will be such a good idea. Let's just play against their city. So is going this better or doing this better? I think this is slightly better. Just creating a platform against them. And there's no way from their perspective how they can make their city perfectly safe with this Dorito, for example. Because if they turn it upwards, then I could get a Dorito and block them toward the starting tile, and there is none of those remaining. If they turn it downwards, I could get a dagger. I could get a straight line and block them toward the dagger. And there's only one of those remaining, but they already need it over here. Okay, now the question is, do we go for the content move or do we not go for the content move? So of course we're going to protect that square. But do or do we not invade in addition? Now it's a 90% chance of success at this point if we just do this with a meeple. But if we do this without a meeple, then we keep a meeple for, you know, some important tasks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's still a crossroads, which could liberate our monastery. They could invade one of my fields. Actually, what happens if I don't invade? That's very interesting. What happens if I don't invade? Well, what happens if I don't invade, for example? I mean, they could just get a splitter. I don't care. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's just too much equity to pass up. It's like 20 points times 90%. It's 18 for a meeple investment. And there are even some chances that I don't lose if I don't invade. Yeah, maybe invading was a bit extravagant, like I didn't have to do it necessarily, but the probabilities are just so good. And my opponent could give me meeples back with a dagger. I could get a crossroads. Of course, it will be a bit harder for me to protect my field, but actually once I complete the city, which is also great, it's a great sequencing, of course, for me. Once I complete the city, this will mean that my opponent will have some field invasion squares, but if they invade from the left, then this square will be blockable because there are no road monasteries left. Or if they invade from the right, then this square will be blockable because we're running out really short off on crossroads. For example, they go over here, I get a crossroads, and then there are no tiles that fit into this square. So the field invasions are really difficult. Probably the best option for them is actually to go for a ninja farmer and connect like this, but if they do that, well, they do that. Not much that I can do. Well, there is something that I can do. Hi, Ian. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah, also the thing is, I shouldn't like try to optimize too hard to get like 100% winning chance, just because 100% winning chance is not in this position. This position was fairly close. Because, I mean, my opponent's ahead on the score. First of all, my opponent's ahead on the scoreboard. They still have this big city, and they have 2 meeples extra, so like nothing's guaranteed. But I get a lovely, lovely tile over here. Oh, look at that! No suspense whatsoever. But Milo will be able to maybe drop a farmer here. And then, of course, the path for victory for them will be very, very difficult. Now, the question is, should they have done that? Given that I was able to invade. And I think the answer is still yes. Actually, I didn't even have to invade the city. I could have just blocked the farm, but invading the city is better. Oh, I just realized that if they finish their city, they're actually not giving me my road meeple back unless I find a crossroads. So, still, some sweating to be done in this situation. And they still could get a splitter and then a Dorito triple city tile to reconnect to the city, but in that case, it's going to be equalized. Okay. Farmers are equal. I have a big city that's just really nice. And can we prevent our opponent from getting an easy meeple back? What if we do something like this? Then they get a Dorito and get their meeple back anyway. What if we do something like this? That's a bit better. Wait, but there are really very few city caps. So actually this doesn't help at all. This helps way, way more. Because the last city cap just does not fit. And they need to get a Dorito plus city cap, which is harder to do. Well, there's still a splitter tile, but they need the splitter tile at the bottom to invade my city. I could also ignore all that and drop a farmer. And try to connect through either a curve or a crossroads or a road plus monastery, something like this. Should I do that? No, I think a block is more annoying. But then... yeah, let's go for that. Wait! Ah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's the dagger tile, which is the tile that they needed anyway. So of course they're going to finish that city and not the other. They're going to get their juicy, juicy points. And they will be now trying to take away the field from me, but now, of course, I need to cover up the ruin. The ruin is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 points. And I still have 2 tiles that complete the city for me. So I think I have to do this. Oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? Oh, they will now be invading the field, which they probably should, or maybe, yeah, the thing about this move is not just it covers up from invasion, it also makes it like much harder, well, basically it makes it impossible for them to go downstairs and re-invade, because all the 4 cow tiles have been used. So that's the main value of that move. Yeah, and they invade the farm, which is a great idea. And I will let them do that, because I get this beauty over here. And then this should be it. It was very, very tricky for them to do something, and I have a 15-point field over there in the center. I get the sad emoji, but actually this doesn't change the fact. I think Red here actually played really, really well. So with this move over here that allowed me the re-invasion, maybe it's just like a chance that you need to take. There weren't many of those city caps. Okay, so what are the remaining tiles? There is one more of these horse tiles. There is a crossroads. And is there something like a straight line or a curve? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No curve. What's the final tile? Oh, the splitter. Oh yeah, so this move actually ended up not working because there were no tiles available to invade. So what red needed to do with this tile, I'm not even sure. Maybe going over here and trying to block? No, going over here and trying to invade through the monastery. That was the way to go. Yeah, so that's just a bit mistake, but then it's not a mistake per se. It's only like if you're trying to count tiles meticulously, but if you think that there's a tile available to fit there, that's by far the best field connection opportunity. So what are we having? 7-point monastery makes the most sense. My opponent gets a 4-point road, which is the best that it can do. And then they will get a 6-point field or a 6-point move here as their last move. Take your pick. Yeah, also to rub it in, there's no time and no tiles even to connect these 2 fields. So this farmer and this farmer are scoring for this city twice. Yep, it's a 3-point move though, so I think it's a slight miss because there's a 4-point road available on the left that will end up costing red 2 points. Now red has 2 ways of getting 6 points, either meepling the farm or meepling the other farm. Yeah, that was a fun game. I would say overall actually really well played by red. I took that little risk at the end, but I mean 90% it has to really be good enough. Ended up having this nice long road. I'm kind of happy with the geometry over here, with the blocking, with the farmer insurance, and with the way I managed to build up my road. So it was a bit risky, but it was a lot of points, and it did not allow my opponents to meeple this road when they were completing the city. So that was also something very important. Even though I ended up winning this game by a lot of points, with 62. Yeah, that doesn't happen really often, especially on stream. I would actually say that this game was pretty close overall. So there were still chances toward the end for them either to reinvade the city, and also if they successfully block the square, or if they draw these tiles, it's a completely different game. So I think strategically Red played really, really well, invading over here, saving their cities. Some decisions were, maybe like starting a new city here was a little bit risky, but still, it's a legit decision as well. So the two moves, which are like real mistakes, I think the main one was just the opening mistake over here, simply because of this road loop. This actually puts Red in a bit of trouble, even though Red managed to resolve themselves. And the other one was something that I didn't mention. It's not a mistake per se, but with this tile over here, Red had an interesting choice. Either add this tile over here and shield their city from invasion, which they did, and that's a legit move. But a move that I would have preferred instead of this one, and I didn't mention this at the time, was going over here with another meeple, with the purpose of not allowing yellow to finish an 8-point city themselves, and also to set up the unification of these cities with the meeple majority of red, 2 versus 1. So I think that was a potential way to go as well. So yeah, only like one real mistake. Well, I guess this was a like only one sort of spatial mistake of this one. The other one, probably just a miss of what I think would be a strategically superior move. But again, like it's not a mistake necessarily. It just makes the game more high variance, because with this move that you're saying that you're gonna try and complete this big city, which is not the easiest thing to do. But yeah, overall really well played, and hopefully y'all got something out of it. All right, hi Milek, welcome back in the chat. Hi Dagius. And now it is Azul time. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Agatha, for already sending a challenge. And we're going, for the first time ever on the stream, play the Grey Wall variant. I have done this before. My strategy is definitely not as strong as in the regular Azul, but it's an interesting variant with some differences, obviously. Right, so we should be starting at some point soon. Wait, where did my table go? Yeah, we do seem to be here. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Alrighty, good luck, Tabby. So, oh, it looks so unfamiliar, but I have played this before, and the main difference between this and the main variant is that all the 5 colors are initially the same, because you don't need to choose whether to whether you're going to occupy the center column or, you know, sacrifice the position for taking a better column, taking a column for which you have more tiles available. Okay, so Tabby's playing before, but actually I've played this before a few times. So the rules are in a sense simpler. That yeah, you can actually, like, if you let's say if you put 2 blacks here, you can put 2 blacks anywhere in those squares. And then in the second round, once the 2 blacks are here, then you cannot put blacks anymore. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, okay. What is a good move here? I think going with the reds is not such a bad idea. My opponent is likely to give me the starting player tile, right? What if we just go here? What if we just go to column 4 and then if they take this, I take that. Let's just try to do that first. Although I'm not used to this variant. The downside of that move is that it has no threats. That shouldn't be a big problem. Yeah, okay, that was the plan. And now I get to do stuff like this. And also my opponent now cannot take 2 blues because I will be getting 3 whites and just that's too much for me. No, that's too much for me. Yeah, exactly. So you realize that, yeah? And I will be putting those blues just anywhere. Oh yeah, and of course, the same rules that each column and each row have to consist of different colors. This is all still in place. Shall we just wait. Oof. Yeah, I guess I have to. No, I don't have to do anything, okay? I don't have to. It's just so unfamiliar. But okay. Because I can't take the 2 blues, but I think I can take the 2 whites and just threaten this stuff. If my opponent takes 1 white, I guess I'll take the 2 blues, but inefficiently. But my opponent should still take 1 white here. Yeah, they're gonna have a slightly better position. That's kind of meh. Wait, what is that? If the same color is put within the same row or the same column, then we'll go to the floor line. No, I think you just have to go to the... Ooh, okay. So what's more important? For me to get the first row or to disrupt? And I think disrupting is more important in this case. Just because I get the starting player and I could take away the blues from my opponent. Now, of course, I have to take this. My opponent's going to take this, but actually it's good for me because you don't have to necessarily... Okay, let me think. So this guy is going to go here and this guy's going to go here. That's the plan. And here, everything is going to go to the middle. And I'm going to try and put something here and here. So first of all, here I need gold, actually, specifically golds for the top. Gold and gold only. Oh. But I can kind of hurt my opponent. Nah, a bit too red to my for my liking here. Let's try to do this. Maybe force a move. That would be nice. Okay. And do I take gold maybe? No, wait, how does that work? I actually want to be putting gold here, but not now. I want to be putting it after this row is being completed. So I think going here is not the worst idea. I'm taking away stuff that my opponent needs. I really hope they're gonna get whites and fill the row 2 soon enough, just so that I can get... Okay, like this. Fine. Oh, it's tough. What do I do? feel like I get to discard tiles no matter what. I don't like it. But let me just do this. I want to disrupt their row 2 as much as possible. And okay, they are without row 2, so that's something. Oh, I will be I will be discarding so much stuff. Or will I? Or will I? What if I just... If I take 1 black, my opponent takes 1 white, and I discard. If I take one red, my opponent takes 1 black or something, I take 1 white. Maybe that's not that bad. Okay. I think so. What can we can prevent? No. Let's do this. I think this should work. If my opponent takes something like 1 white, so the correct move is to take 1 white to row 2, I believe. And then I'm forced to choose between denying her row 2 or denying myself everything. Yeah, that's the best move by far. And now, obviously I have to do this. And then they get the row 2, and then at least I don't complete my row 3, but at least I get some nice discards. So this should compensate for it. Now, where should I put it? And that's the key thing. I don't think we need... Wait, where should we put it? Do we put it straight in the center or not? I don't think that's as the... I don't think I need to go there. Oh yeah, of course I go to this. Of course I go here. It's not even a question. And here... does it matter? I don't think it really does. Reds... Black... Blue. Yeah, I think this is okay. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, but this one goes here, and this one goes here. Wait, is that the best configuration though? Because I could also pivot to the... Yeah, there's the thing. I could pivot to the other side. I could also do this, which is not the worst idea at all. Or I could do something like this as well, and this would also work. Yeah, I think let's just keep things closer to the center. I think that's really nice. And then also, because one of the consideration is that if I am to build a second column, and what a horrible run out. Oh, no whites. Oh man. If I get to build a second column, then I get to do it in a way that doesn't need any more blacks because so many blacks have already gone out. Oh, but I guess I will need 4 whites, and many whites have gone out. Yeah, I didn't quite think this through, but I think this is a reasonable choice for sure. So what does my opponent need? My opponent needs golds. So golds, blues, whites. Yep. I think this is the play here. Precisely because of that kind of stuff. Then we get to go... Where exactly, actually? At the top or at the second row? I think at the top is better. Yeah. Makes sense. If I go here, my opponent takes 4. Oh, that's tricky. This is just calculation. So if I take blacks, my opponent takes reds. I take golds, golds, blues. No, I think this can wait. I think I need to do this first. Then my opponent can take a gold. And then I can probably take a blue, and my opponents can take a red. Yeah, because I can't possibly take the blacks now, because I will be losing a lot of stuff on the floor line. Oh, wait, did I misplay this? Yeah, maybe the golds were belonging on a different line. Because now, wait, I can't place anything in row 4. No, I can actually. But not productively. What do we do? We could also just place reds on row 5 and then build row 5 on the right. That's an option, actually. That's a legit option. Yeah, let's just do this. My opponent is obviously has to take 2 reds. And then it gives me some flexibility whether I want to take 2 reds or 2 blacks. And we're going to need to think about this. Some merits. Yeah, because you know what? Now I can actually shift to this column as well. I can shift to this column too. So if I build column 5, how does this work? I get the whites here. I get the blues here. Reds, golds, blacks. Yeah, let's try this. Or wait, or if we take the blacks ourselves. If we take the blacks ourselves, then... Oh, we can't, because we have nowhere to put reds. Okay, so we have to take reds here, leave my opponent with blacks, and then we shift to the column on the right. Yeah, that sounds doable. So, how do we make this happen? It's going to be 1 white at the top. There's going to be gold. No, there's going to be blacks here. So this means that this goes here. This goes here. I don't think I am mistaken. Okay, but it is tricky. Well, all these blues certainly are not helping. And why don't we force a move on our opponent? I think I like going here first. Or do I? I also could take 2... No. This is better. The whites can wait. But I really want to grab some whites before they get unified, because I kind of need them in 3 places. Well, 2 places, really. Oh, a gold can also go here. That's really nice. Yep. Fair enough. And I don't think I even have time to disrupt my opponent's... Okay, let's start by going here. I want to create threats. I want to create the threats of taking away golds from my opponent. Maybe they take away golds now, and then we could make something out of it. Also, they're kind of running out of options for the top. because they need the red or the blue. And if they want to complete the row 3, I could make sure that they have to... Well, they will have to drop something on the floor line for sure. Okay, so they do this. Now I think the move is to do something like that before everything gets unified. But does this work? Or do I just go at the top? So the top is probably more important. I don't think it's going to change much. Yeah, let's go for the top first. Then I should have options regardless. I might have to sacrifice my row 2 in some scenarios. But then Tabby either sacrifices her row 1 or loses stuff on the scoreboard. Man, this is really interesting. Also, I should have been counting a little bit more because I don't even know if there are enough blacks left to properly threaten my second column, and maybe there aren't. But what I do know is that if Tabby takes 1 red now... Oh, so she doesn't. Okay. Now, if Tabby were to take 1 red, this shouldn't work. Okay, now I think the move is to take 2 blacks. And then Tabby takes a red. And then I can take a white. But if she doesn't take a red, takes a white. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I think we take the reds, the blacks first. I just want to make sure that either her row 3 is disrupted or there are some problems on the scoreboard. Yeah, okay. So we do this. Then we, of course, do this. And then Tabby might want to go on row 4. And then it doesn't matter what exactly we discard. So, yeah, let's do this. And I think that's decent. Now we need different things in different places. Then we go here. Then this we put here. This we put here. And this we put here. And we're 3 blacks away from a second column. Except that there's... I don't even know if there are 3 blacks remaining in the bag. There might not be. But in any case... Yep, only 2. Well, should have counted, obviously. But... I don't necessarily need a second column in order to win. Because Tabby can't have a column either. And I am guaranteed to finish my top row. I'm also threatening row 3 as well, so Tabby might actually want to get 3 gold here for her row 3. And this is exactly what happens. Ah, yeah. No, 2 gold. Then actually I might be forced to take 3 golds and put them in my row 1 instead. With the purpose of denying my opponent row 3 and also completing my row 1. But given that I'm 5 points ahead, I think I should be okay here. Yeah, that is good. So what do I do? Do I take row 3 here, or do I just take row 1? But if I take row 1, my opponent can group all this stuff for me. That's the problem. So I think I might have to do this. It's so inefficient, but I think I just have to. And finish the game. Yeah, because I should... wait, my opponent's getting 2 more points. Yeah, I think I should still be winning by, like, 1 point or something. Wait, if I were to put it in my row 3 and my opponent were to discard, would that work? It might. It might. Yeah, and then we get to go here. Wait, what? It can't be... oh, okay, this one. Yeah, does it work? Apparently. So, we of course take this. Did I miscount by a couple of points? It is completely possible. Honestly, I just didn't see the possibility that Tabby could complete row 3 with the whites. This just requires way more calculation in this instance. Of course, I need to disrupt row 4 now. Yeah, there'll be 6 points for her. Ay, 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 ay. Actually, I'm pretty sure I think I'm losing. Or maybe not. So first, let's go here. Then Tabby gets the other blue. Then I get the gold, and Tabby will be discarding 2. So she'll be losing 2 more, 7.6. I think I'm losing this by 1. Yeah, I think I'm losing by 1. Oh well. Now just careful not to mess this up. Obviously I have to take the blacks here. Yeah, so maybe I wasn't correct. Maybe I should have actually played the gold on row 3 and then tried to be okay with my opponent discarding the 1 gold for me. Yeah, losing by 1. Anyway, well played, Tabby. So, what are some takeaways? It's really difficult to honestly to adjust to the board here. But one big strategic difference is that in the first round the colors don't matter, so you can build around the center, you can pivot between columns a lot. So we started in column 3, ended up going in column 4, a decision which I think paid off well. Then there was this threat which didn't quite work, just because there were a bit too many blacks in the penultimate round. Was there a way to do something different? I didn't have to go here. Because obviously I went here just thinking about the adjacent columns, but was it possible to maybe go here instead? No, it wasn't, yeah. What about going here? But there weren't blues either, yeah, so I think I still had to do this, if not for the column threat, just for the points. And then I think a win must have slipped in the final round at some point. Yeah, because I just didn't see this idea with the whites. So very nice find here. What are some other takeaways? Yeah, also I noticed that in this variant, this sort of setup where you have the same color placed like this diagonally, it's more powerful than in the original variant, because there are way more options how you can fill these two squares, and then over the course of 2 rounds you get 1 point, 1 point, then 4 points and 4 points. So that's 10 points. In comparison to if you just build traditionally, so that's 1 and 2, that's 3, then 2 and 4, that's 9. So you get 1 point extra. And in the regular variant, when you do something like this, then there's a particular color that you need to place here and a particular color that you need to place here. But with the gray wall, you basically have 4 options here and 4 options here. So this is something that's much more likely to occur. Anyway, well played. So let's see who's next. All right. So now it's 18:23. It's been 2.5 hour stream. So probably like 1 or 2 games and we're going to wrap up. I think I'm going to do a Carcassonne game now regardless. Let's see if there are any challenges open here. No, they're not. So maybe let's do an arena game or something to cool down and wrap the stream of Carcassonne, because we started with Azul. And in case anybody wants to send a challenge, you can do that during that Carcassonne game. Although it is now the 31st, so I don't think this many people will be playing, but let's see. All right, so as you can see, I haven't played Arena in a very long time. So we're likely to be paired with somebody who also hasn't played much. Haven't played, will play with a screen name. 4 points for a start. Wait, let me just check something. So UTC plus 8. Oh, right. So it's already has been a while. So for everybody who is in East Asia, Happy New Year to you. So yeah, so actually turns out we were starting the stream like 1 minute before midnight if you are in Hong Kong, I believe. Alrighty, they start a new city. We're probably going to go here or here. Which one's better? I'm not quite sure. This is more immediate points, but here we're controlling the road of the city rather. So let's try that one for a change. Okay, so they're starting a new city, finishing the old one. And let's try a bit of an unusual approach. We're going to sacrifice the 3-point road. We're going to drop a farmer just for the sake of that sweet, sweet tempo. They will eventually be attacking the field too, but the tempo is worth a few points for sure. And unless they meeple this road with a straight line, and even if they meeple this road with a straight line, this road will be easily attackable. With the crossroads, for example. I could even go here and drop a second farmer, but I think that would be a bit too wild. I'd rather equalize their city. And then after that, Maybe drop a second farmer somewhere else. Yeah, so they do this. They start a new city. And I'm not gonna go here. I'd rather go here, perhaps. No. Or maybe here is better. Well, that's tricky. Okay, I can go here, start a new city, start a new farm, start a new city, completely drop a farmer, but they could disrupt me over here. I could go over here with the same idea. Actually, I'm gonna do this. And then I might drop the farmer anyway. Yeah, so the road is being taken. I can very easily invade it right now. But I might not want to. Well, actually, let's do this. And let's try to set up multiple monasteries for ourselves. I mean, my opponent is going to Meeple Monastery anyway. I think they have to go here or here. And they go there instead. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Now I don't even have to drop a second farmer unless I want to, but I do. It's just so good. Do I go here? No, I think I can wait for a monastery. Or I could just start a new... I could just start a new city as well. I don't think I do. I think I go here and try to just get the stronghold on the field. This farmer could get blocked, but if it does, I'll have some nice developments, field development options. Now I get my monastery all right. The next plan is to attack the city if I can. I might not be able to. And they don't get a city cap to finish their monastery. Oh! Look at this. They know about the Ukrainian technique. How interesting. Well, it's going to be 2 meeples blocked for me, 2 meeples blocked for them. Do I ever go here? Is it a good idea? Then, if I draw a triple city, No, if I go here, they just get a city cap. And then I can't draw a triple city over here because they could go there easily. So I think I just try and block their part of the road instead by making this move. And just resolve that situation somehow differently. Well, turns out that I get the tile that I would have needed, but it will serve me very well regardless. Because I will move the critical square, 1 more square. And now it turns out that actually Reds needs this more than I do. Because, well, they have 2 meeples blocked, I have 2 meeples blocked. And I am ahead on the field. I have only 1 meeple, but I can still score more stuff. The next move will probably be field development, something like this. I'm not sure how necessary it is to keep the 2 farmers separated. The field is big enough for a unification to be worth it, but I think going here is annoying enough. Yeah, let's just do this. And simply drop it. Our opponent, of course, can disrupt this quite strongly, but they don't. And this allows us to score a lot of points. They can now build up their city. Or, well, actually, they can even go here and try to equalize our road. But they choose to block. That's a very interesting choice. Do they think that they succeed often enough? Well, the meeple majority is very nice for them. That for sure. And now I run into problems that it's very difficult for me to use this city. So now it's a question, do I try to combine my farmers or not? This city cap is actually a bit awkward. Do I block it? No, I don't. Do I just go here and try to finish the shared city? No, I don't, because then they invade at the top, and then I... Oh, perfect, Zvonimir. So, yeah, you can send me a challenge for Azul, or I'll do this afterwards. I can start a new city, but if I get blocked, I stay without meeples for the rest of the game, and I don't think I can afford that too easily. Not the easiest move to make. Not the easiest decision to make, rather. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to go there, actually. So, any interesting geometric ideas? This one I'm too scared to do because my opponent can invade the field. This one's a bit premature. I don't have a move. Maybe this? Yeah, I just don't have a move. Maybe, let's actually risk it. I just want meeples back. I don't care. Like, I need to do something. So this is the disadvantage of this approach. Okay, my opponent plays this, which is fantastic for me. Not so fantastic from their perspective. Just because I can then get a easy meeple back. And also meeple a new road. That's why I'm pre-building it. I didn't see any other potential move for myself. I would also be scoring for both fields. Yeah, they just take 4 points. I'm gonna take the points here. And then the plan is either to cover up my field. Oh, imagine if I draw something like a cow. I could cover up a huge field with just one meeple. Man, the upside is so good. And if they invade, I have this guy to support, but I draw a terrible tile. That's fine. Look at this. If I cover up successfully, I could get 21 points field, which would be completely closed off. Yeah, of course they invade. Oh, they don't. Wait, but they don't invade, so I can cover up. Of course, we're going to try to deny them this city as well. I am still very close to covering up that city. For example, if I'm to get something like a crossroad tiles, I get to place it over here. Ooh, what do we do? So we can take 3 points here. 2 points, rather. Or we can take 2 points here. Or we can pre-meeple this road. That's also... No, not pre-meeple, but pre-finish this road. That's also very nice. This has the added advantage of hurting my opponent a little bit. But I like this. I really like this. Because then if my opponent goes there, they are forced to score farmers for me. Okay, that's getting a bit difficult. We can't really invade. If we go here, there's still tiles that left for them, so I think we're just better off. Can we do something like this, though? 1, 2... No, there's still a dagger. I think we need to do something like this. Just scoring 3 points, allowing them to complete their city. Yeah. I really hope that the last dagger is drawn soon enough. Because now I can't really go here. That's a big problem for me. What if I do something like this? Is that bad? Yes, that is. I think I need to wait with that square a little bit. But if I cover up my field nicely, then nothing else in this game that truly matters. I could go for a 50-50 straight away, but what I don't like is that my opponent could drop a farmer here, and then connect through the one remaining dagger. And that would be a game-winning opportunity for them, and I don't want that to happen. Is going here bad? I think so. Maybe just something like this. Really not a lot of moves from where you can extract some good value. Maybe just adding here is fine. That's not the dagger that I was hoping would be drawn. They do get their quick tiles, and I'm in a bit of a pickle. Well, I'm behind on the scoreboard, which is actually not such a big deal. I could go over here. I could still go over here, but I won't. Over here is an option because I could block easily. But then how is it? No, I don't want to be adding shields to my opponent. I'd rather go here and eliminate a potential farming platform. Building up a ruin with a meeple minority is not great. Yeah, my opponent goes there to try and block that square. Nothing much that I can do about it. This is not a good move. Maybe just here to disrupt their, to disrupt their 1 point a little bit. If I place a tile here, they'll have one fewer monastery point than me. Finally, a sweet scoring tile, as they are ahead of me on the scoreboard. Tricky. Are they going to invade? No, not yet. But they might set up some sort of invasion in the future. Maybe like if they get... Yeah, for example, if they get a Dorito tile, they could set up invasion through here. Now a decision needs to be made. Do I spend my last meeple here? No, I don't. I think I just need to eliminate that opportunity altogether. I could also go here to save up that square a little bit, because I don't want them to have the scoring opportunity. So I'd rather eliminate the scoring opportunity first. They limit the square towards a 50-50. I can live with that. Do I do this? No, I don't. I don't think I can afford my farmers to be... Well, I don't want my farmers to be unified, so I just rather go here. And now it's going to be an interesting situation. Do they just go here and drop a farmer or something? And then try to cut off this meeple? No, they don't. They just start a monastery, take 2 points. Which one's that's going to be? So they start a monastery. I don't have a particularly useful tile. I can just start some disruption works over there. Again, can't do this just yet. We need a dagger to be drawn first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still a bunch of these tiles remaining. I also need to realize that they could, in theory, invade from here. And I also should start counting points. Okay, they do this. Are they going to drop a farmer? No, they're not. How about we just go here? Try to limit the space a little bit. Could go also here for a potential block. I don't think it's quite going to work. This move seems to be okay. Okay, this is actually a really nice tile, but I wonder if I'm going to use it as designated. So is it a good idea to go over here or not? Because I could get my farmers connected. I could sometimes lose my Meeple, I just need to count a little bit. I'm down 6. I think it's a mistake. I think it's not worth the investment, that 4-point road. Okay, I'm thinking we could go here, maybe? If we just go here, how good is it? Okay, we need to really count points. -6, -12, -14 because of this. Then this monastery is slightly worse, so -13. Then it's 8 against 8, so that's the same. And the fields are 24. So I'm +11, which looks pretty good, but my opponent could get a meeple back. The question is, do we need to develop this field or not? I could lose 6 points if I do that. Uh-huh. I'm gonna do this instead. I just want to set up some nice opportunities for blocking, scoring. I don't know. There's some chances how my opponent could go here and connect to the main field. If I just do this, I eliminate those opportunities, but I give my opponent an 8-point move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just go here. Block up some things a little bit. Ends up backfiring immediately. I'm not sure if I'm playing this well enough. Yeah, so some more blocks. Can I afford to go here? I don't think I can. I have to leave this open. You know what? Maybe meepling this ruin. Okay, no, meepling this ruin would have been a bad idea, but let me try and go here and block up something a little bit. And that ends up not working either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more curve remaining. If we get one more, then we get to go here or something. I kind of... Yeah. Oof. Should we just go here? No, that's bad. That's bad. Also, my opponent drew the tile for this square. I shouldn't be losing this position, but I figure that I might. I really might. There's still one crossroad tiles available. -21. Let me see if I have any hints in the chat. No, I don't. Well, not that I should have. Maybe just here expanding my other field. Maybe here is also an option. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Wait, am I down 2 points somehow? So I need more. Yeah, I did need the city caps in my field afterwards. After all. Okay, let's go here. Let's try and do some bit of blocking. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So still straight lines remaining. I could go here, preventing them from drawing crossroads. Maybe going here is okay. Because then I get to separate my two fields afterwards. But it's not enough. Maybe like doing this is okay. And then I try to... Maybe the way I win this, I actually try to go here. And then get a dagger plus city cap combo. And then I get 10 extra points. But then if I do those, I get 8 points anyway from here or here. So it's not like I really need this. I could probably go here. Yeah, let's just go here to prevent a disaster. Yeah, let's go. And my opponent's just building and building and building and building, and we need some city caps. So let's say if we go here. That should also seal our field, and at the same time add some good options to ourselves. So we were denied a farmer to our opponent. We will be scoring quick points. We will be going ahead. Then it's going to be a coin flip for the city cap, for the final city cap, something like this. My opponent's also kept scoring. Yeah, they get 5 points from this. I get points from here, so I'm happy to gain any points I can get. And maybe what I really needed. Oh, well, I guess I can still flip for the win, because I think these 8 points here should be enough. But my opponent gets this farm. Yeah, no, it won't be enough, of course. So, what are the last 2 tiles? It's just so weird that I lost this. I don't know. This monastery was built up so quickly. Yeah, playing with 1 meeple sucks. What's the other tile remaining? Is that just the... Oh, it's a crossroads. It's a crossroads. So we could go here, deny my opponent a crossroads, and then try to draw a city cap. We could go here. I think we have to leave it empty, actually. That's the best move. Well, we do get it. So that's something. But then it turns out that we probably needed the extra. So if this were on our field, we kind of needed the specific dagger and specific this, and then we're going to try and keep our meeple separate. So something like that. But at that time, before they built up the monastery and got their meeple back, things were looking actually really good. So let's see what the point difference is. I'm going to have 18 more field points than my opponent. Just not going to be enough, I think. Relatively close, the score is going to be. Yeah, 5 points is the difference. Yeah, very interesting game. I must have misplayed it somewhere at some point. I think I know where that might be the case. I think there was a chance to better protect the city, perhaps. Even though there was still a coin flip, our opponent just managed to get it. And there was, I could have left this tile still available to myself. Maybe there was a more productive way to block this monastery, though I don't think there was. Or maybe I could have just left it alone and not added points to it. But with only 2 crossroads remaining, it seems like a thing that was worth doing. Also, geometrically, I mean, this field at the start with the 18 points looks pretty strong. This other guy to support it also looks strong as well. Because I think most of the time if I draw this, I win. I was correct in not placing my last meeple over here. Just because it is only 9 points, and I ended up getting more than 9 points with my last remaining meeple. So yeah, I think strategy-wise, it was a fine decision to build up this closed structure like this. And I have to say that my opponent played really well. they make the counterintuitive idea of blocking their own city, but together with my monastery, then they got up the ruin, which is slightly more. But the most important part is that the meeple counts were really low throughout the game. So much so that I even started to try and finish the shared city, which, if accomplished, would have worked. What else? Yeah, maybe if I were to somehow disrupt that city, which again would not have been possible. I don't think I played this game too badly, but I must have been imprecise somewhere. So curious to hear your suggestion in the chat. And now we're moving to the next game, which is Azul. So if you are going to... Yeah, there we go. We have an invitation from BlueStay. So if you fancy a game, still about 15-20 minutes to send a challenge or make yourselves known in the chat. But unless we get another challenge, this should be the final one of the day. So we have 6 reds, 4 blacks, 5 yellows, 3 whites, 2 blues. What do we do here? Not obvious. Okay, so we could take the 2 golds for which row? Row 3? Then we kind of not threatening anything. You know what? I think let's just do the normal stuff. The normal stuff being taking 2 reds, but to row 4 or to row 5. Because this is one of those runouts where actually starting here is not such a bad idea. Okay, but if we do make the normal move, we go here, our opponents can take... Yeah, the problem is, let's say if we place reds over here, our opponent can take gold somewhere, and then we are forced to give our opponent some good things. You know what? I think the move is to take this. So let me think about which square. Yeah, I think it's this one. We're completing our row 3. We're threatening something very nice on row 2 with 2 reds. Then the blacks kind of become superfluous, but we can always switch to this column instead and try to fill in the blues in our next round. Okay, so our opponent chooses to do this and get the starting tile, which I guess makes sense, but I would have probably been a bit more patient. I would have maybe given away the starting player tile. All right, let me try do this maybe. Just get that out of the way. Or actually, where's the hurry? No, there is some hurry. There is some hurry. Wait, I think I did the wrong one actually. Yeah, wait, what kind of move that was? I should have done the wrong one. I don't want to put the gold in the center because I need them separated. I want also the 2 blacks to keep them separated, but that's okay. Because now I am going to get a gold here, allowing my opponent to get a black, to get this. Then I think it's a forced sequence if I do that. Then I get to do this if my opponent chooses... Yeah, and then if my opponent chooses whites for row 4, I can get blacks to discard them. If my opponent chooses gold, then I can get whites and they have blacks, which are not useful. So the point of the sequence here is that I would get an advantage over my opponent with 2 productively placed tiles in row 5, or if they get something that they don't. Wait. What should they have done? I'm not sure actually. I think this was fine. I'm just generally not sure about if that was the right time. Wow, what a run out. If that was the right time to oppose me on on column 5. Yeah, that is something else. So the good things for us is that, well, that's the bad thing for us, is that our opponent has the blues, and I think I can't even afford to take the 3 whites, because the 2 blues are a bit more important. Or can I take the 3 whites? Actually, no, the 2 blues are too important. If my opponent takes the 3 whites, then I will disrupt their row 2. I will take the 2 reds for row 3. And now it will be very difficult for them to fill row 2 productively, and I still have a lot of whites to finish my column later. And I still have plenty of blacks to finish my row 2. And I can do that. So how is it best to go about this? Do we just put the blacks on row 1 or row 2? If we get the blacks on row 1, then we can still put golds on row 2, so my opponent will take gold on row 4. Ah, no, this is better. Because then my opponent doesn't get row 2 or row 4. If we were to place the blacks at the top, which is where we want them, the advantage would be that my opponents cannot make this tactic that they can make right now, like of taking 2 blacks over here and threatening 2 golds over here, because I would be able to take 2 golds over here. But I can still use the 2 golds over here. And the advantage of this move is that now if they take 1 gold over here to threaten the 4th row, I can simply take 1 gold for my top row. But it would not have been possible had my blacks been here, because if they take 1 gold to here, well, obviously I'm not going to give in that easily. I will be paying a price when it comes to the 4 line, but disrupting row 2 is great at this stage of the game. It is worth those points as the adjacency bonuses will be accumulating. So already a difficult position for my opponent here. And, oh, look at this. That's a nasty run out because they have so few golds available. They can still finish the row 4. But, yeah, I get everything. I get reds for row 3, probably blues for row 2. So which one do we deal with first? I guess reds. Now, can we disrupt the row 4? Sure we can. But is it worth doing? That's another question. So they do this, I do this, they do this. And then I end up discarding all those beautiful blues. Not want to do that. I'd rather do something like this. Yeah, sure, I can afford that. Wait, will I need the whites there? I don't think so. Let's go. I might live to regret this, actually. I should have thought this through a little bit more. Should have thought this through a little bit more. Yeah, that was a bad move. So obviously I need my row free. And the reason why I need my row 4-3 is so that I don't discard. I think I overestimated the power of those goals next round, especially. Oh, no. I think my opponent needed to saddle me with something. Because now I can just go here. Which I think is better than taking the blue. And I will be discarding only one tile. But that's all good. And another great thing in this position is that now blacks will not be used by my opponent productively. And can be used against them on the floor. Well. Yep, so now I don't have much of a choice. I think I need to relinquish the starting player tile again. Or do I? I can just take those. I think this is better, right? Yeah, just give my opponent the starting tile. And then I'll try to make it a bit difficult for them to complete their row 2, but this will not be possible after that move. Of course, I now should be trying to combine the reds for them, so that it is difficult to complete both row 1 and 2. Here they should be taking 1 gold. I don't think that's the move here. Yeah, because they could just lose too much stuff. I think. At least the standard tactic is what comes to mind. I could just take the golds as well. It actually works just fine. Yeah, this works even better actually. Because the blue, well, but then I see why the blues were the priority for them, just because I can use the blues for row 3 or to threaten a second column in row 5. But finishing row 1 was a bit too important. Also, finishing row 2 is only 3 points. Not finishing, but filling in row 2 in this round. So maybe I could sort of live without that. What do we do? I think this is the move. Don't allow a better row 2 for them. And now, of course, we don't need the 1 point. This also is a question, do we go here? I don't think that works. There are barely any blues remaining, and I need one of them for my row 1. And it's a very tough run out for Blue Stay here. Not that much that they could have done. A 20-point difference, and well, they can they actually can't prolong the game because there's 1 blue, but there's also 2 whites. A bit of a fortunate run out for me. Because the 2 whites are on 1 plate, so tempo-wise that works better. Yeah, of course I need to finish the game. Even though I'm very, very likely to win in round 6 as well, it's important to try and take the 100% win. Because I don't know, imagine if like 1 in a million chance happens and in round 6 every single tile is blue or something crazy like this. Actually no, even if there are like 4 blues available and they go first, they could quite easily do something nasty there, like finishing a column and a color. So now I'll be just trying to group everything together. and force our opponent to discard a little bit, and also to deny them both rows. Oh, interesting how we managed to finish row 3. So that's going to be quite some points there. I guess as blue stay, I mean, what can you do? I guess you take 1 gold, and then you just take away, you take 2 tiles in the floor line. 2 tiles is not a lot, it's only -1 point actually, because the reds will be giving 1 point on row 5, the 7 reds when they combine together. But the main issue of combining the tiles, the main value, is just simply we deny row 1 to our opponent. Well, yeah, that turned out quite one-sided. A very tough run out for Blue Stay here. Not sure if there's anything that could have been done. Maybe just the whole idea of responding on column 5 is not my favorite here. It did come with the first player tile, but then afterwards some brutal runouts with very few golds. Not allowing my opponent to threaten really much. Yeah, because the golds were needed for 2 places, and I ended up also taking some. Yeah, actually, that idea that I had with 1 gold in row 4, which I think was a mistake initially, that ended up working quite all right, because I was able to score 6 points and take away some very valuable golds from my opponent from all of these places. And of course, this was filled late enough, which also meant that a second column could not be threatened, only in a 6th round, but we're not going to the 6th round. And of course, the main issue in this game was the floor line. 10 versus 20. Alrighty, GG. And with that, we will be wrapping up, starting with Azul, finishing with Azul. Hopefully you learned something from this. Again, I've not sure if I played optimally. I'm pretty sure I didn't in a couple of those games. Still getting used back to speaking and playing at the same time. Happy New Year to all of you. To those of you who are still in 2024 and those of you who are already in 2025. Make sure to meeple the like button. That would be a great New Year's present from you. Also, if you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe. And if you're watching this video afterward, just curious in the comments if you like this format of alternating Carcassonne and Azul in one stream, or if you prefer keeping the game separate. Just experimenting here. All right. Then thank you all so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you soon.